Program is for training purposes in TV news education. Some copyrighted material is used and is credited on screen. However, no more was taken than was necessary to tell the story of the event. YBA claims fair use of material.
All right, guys, welcome back to K-Sports Sunday. My mic is working, so don't worry, you get to see more of me. And we're going to jump right into here to the MVP races of baseball. We'll start with the AL one. Some say it to be the more controversial and closer one. Miguel Cabrera won the AL MVP race, winning the Triple Crown. Some say that's what put him over the top of Mike Trout. He won the Triple Crown. Triple Crown is, for those of you unfamiliar, leading the league in home runs, RBIs, and batting average. As I said, first one since Yaz Kolyastrzemski since 1967. Now, some people say Mike Trout should have won it, even though he did not win the Triple Crown, obviously. Because some people say Mike Trout was a better fielder, he stole bases, he was faster, more athletic. What do you guys think?
You know, what does it matter in Major League Baseball, what you do in the field, what you do in the bases? Even pitchers, all that matters is hitting. The pitcher is literally, if you look at it from a general sport point of view, what is the pitcher doing every time he throws the ball? It's a turnover.
Yeah.
He's giving the ball to the offense, so pitchers should win it. Fielding is the same thing. Fielding is, except for there's maybe 3 or 4 guys in the league who actually change a game with their fielding. Outside of that, it's all very routine. Base running the same way. Only 3 or 4 guys who can change a game. Baseball comes down to hitting. And who is the undisputed best hitter in the MLB this year? Cabrera. Exactly.
Yeah, Mike Trout, though, and he did make a few good plays, but did it really matter? Did it really change the season? It was only a few good plays. It wasn't like he changed the season. The only guy that was really like that big of an MVP and that much was Dave Roberts when he stole that base. Like, that guy was...
Yeah.
In my mind, if you were number 1 in the league in home runs, RBIs,
that's what really matters.
Batting average, you should win the MVP. It is simple.
Let's break the award down. Most. What does most mean?
Most.
A lot.
What
is valuable?
Good.
Adding value.
Yes.
Yeah. He's worth it. And then player is the person. So who had more value? Could the Tigers have made the World Series without Miguel Cabrera?
Probably not.
Probably not.
No.
Could the
Not even the playoffs, maybe.
Could the Angels have made the playoffs without Mike Trout?
They're still a decent team.
They did make it, and they had Mike Trout.
Yeah, I mean...
So obviously he had less value than Cabrera did.
Angels are still a decent team when Mike Trout wasn't there.
Oh, they are still a decent team, but I think...
They're not a playoff
the award for what it is, Cabrera added more value to his team than Trout.
If you're going to hit like that much home runs and driving that many
runs... The Tigers could have made the World Series without Cabrera, and the Angels couldn't even make the playoffs with Trout.
Exactly.
I couldn't agree with you guys more. I mean, you said it, Alex. Most valuable player. The Angels didn't make the playoffs with Mike Trout. So I really do think that Cabrera definitely was the clear choice for MVP. All right, let's go on to the NL race. Buster Posey winning 27 out of 32 first-place votes. What do you guys think about that?
I'm not too crazy about it. I mean, I guess he was the right pick. I don't know.
They won the World Series.
If there was a definite MVP. They did win the World Series. I think that was part of it. I don't know if there was a definite MVP in the National League. You know,
you have all those competitive teams.
Right. It wasn't as clear-cut as it was in the AL with Trout and Cabrera. Now, is Posey a bad pick? No. Is he the best pick?
No, I don't know.
He's a third-year catcher. He played well. But any other year, he may not even be in the MVP discussion.
I don't know. He definitely is a good player. I definitely do think he is worth like having his MVP. And he led the team in the World Series, which was pretty good. But it wasn't like totally clear that he was. But the same with everybody. No matter who won the MVP in the National League, it wasn't like, oh, they definitely should win.
I'm going to agree with you, Alex. The NL was so close together. They were so, just really like that. And I think it's too close to call Buster Posey. He's not the best choice, and he's not the worst choice.
He was the best player on the best team. I think maybe that's what puts him over the hump.
Yeah.
Don't.
All right, guys, thank you for your opinions. They're all great. So now we're going to move on to a more sadder subject for a lot of people, the NHL lockout. Here to comment on that is our crazed hockey fan, Tom Kelly. TK?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dylan. And let me just say, ever since Gary Bettman took office, there have been 3, yes, 3 NHL lockouts. 94, 95, 04, 05, and now this year. I mean, this guy is terrible at running a league. You can't have this guy running the NHL. This is why the NHL is where it is. And this is why ESPN ditched him after 04, 05. And that's why I think NBC should ditch him, but they won't because, you know, money. Anyway, catch my breath for a second. Anyway, I read this article today in the Boston Globe that Bob Ryan said was just great. The owners just don't give a damn about the players. They just don't care. And that is correct. They don't care about the fans. They don't care about anything. The Players Association had to convince them to meet tomorrow. Convince them to meet tomorrow. Gary Bettman wanted to take a 2-week break. He does not care.
All right, I think Tom, you've blown off. You've blown off quite a bit of steam there, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, what about everybody else? What do you guys think about the lockout?
I mean, it's ridiculous.
In a more sane,
Come on, seriously.
voice.
If you're not playing games, you're losing money, and there's absolutely no reason why.
Both sides are hemorrhaging money. That is true.
I know, and plus they can't agree. And why? Just play the game, and the fans are gonna be unhappy.
And
you know?
this is the point I really love making, that the owners kind of think, they think that the players need them to play hockey, and that is not true. They have the KHL, they have all those overseas leagues, they even have the AHL, but they don't need them to play hockey. They don't need you. They don't have to play in the NHL.
I know, but But the thing is, I mean, why can't they just agree? The owners already have plenty of money anyway. And now they want more.
That's just the thing, Dylan. They want more than the players. It doesn't make sense. I know, but Bettman and Daly are just being stubborn. They want more money.
I know, it's never enough.
They are not satisfied with the money they have.
Well, guys, I just think it's a real dang shame. I mean, NHL is really as hot. I'm going to make a very bold statement here. As hot as ever. It's at a multi-million deal with NBC. A lot of teams are really thriving. There are always some teams in debt, like the Phoenix Coyotes and the Blue Jackets. But you know, it's really a shame. I mean, for the Maple Leafs. They're a terrible team. They finally get the Winter Classic. It gets canceled. How do you think they feel?
I know.
I mean, the game was
stadium with 100,000 people. Watching
that would have been a huge moneymaker. Best way to start off the season if they would come to agreement on a CBA, but that didn't happen, unfortunately.
Lean in because my mic is dead and I need yours to pick me up. You're bold, Dylan, but you're right. It is a mistake. The NHL was about to make a huge break. They were just recovering from the second of Bettman's 3 lockouts. And then this happens again. You know, they've gotten very popular. They had 2 great things for the league. They had a very old school team, the Bruins, win the Cup. And then they had a team with not a big fan base win the Cup and the Kings. So you had 2 sprawling new fan bases. Not even that, but just the team themselves. You had 2 sprawling new fan bases, and you're not going to take advantage of that. And then you have a team like the Maple Leafs hosting the Winter Classic. You had what was going to be a classic NHL season, and you lost it. If you could have just held off for a year, put some temporary agreement in, understanding how valuable this year would have been for the league, it would have been a whole another story. But you're right. They don't care about the fans. They don't care about the players. They don't care about the sport. They have no respect for it. As long as there's green in their pockets, they don't care if they're playing polo, curling, rugby, whatever NHL stands
Chess
for,
boxing.
as long as it's bringing the money in.
Chess boxing, don't forget that.
After the 2004 and 5 lockout, I wasn't watching this hockey as much, and every year I started watching it a little more and more, and I finally was getting into it the last couple of years with like pro hockey. Now all of a sudden it started to get exciting. Last year's Rangers series were so exciting.
To end the 04 or 5 lockout, the players had to make some cuts in order to meet the owners' ridiculous demands. They had to give up a lot, and they don't want to do that now. Why can't the owners just understand that?
I know. I mean, the thing is, I was starting to get into the NHL in the last years. The last few NHL playoffs were such great series, and so exciting. I kept looking forward to it. And then I was looking forward to the NHL schedule, and I was like, looked at it, and I saw it, and I'm like, okay, cool. The Bruins are playing the Canadiens opening night. I'm like, oh, this is going to be so exciting. And now all of a sudden,
prior to the 11-12 season, you had 2 original 6 teams win the Cup in a row, and then you had the Kings come out, as Alex said, with a not really big fan base and bring hockey to California finally.
And now it's like It's ridiculous.
And don't forget the two Florida teams making the playoffs.
Panthers and the Lightning, yeah.
Panthers and the Lightning's making the playoffs.
The Lightning-
And then Bettman, he's finally bringing hockey to these kind of warm weather, non-hockey environments and just tossing them out the window.
Yeah, when do you think when do you when do you actually think the NHL's do you think the NHL's actually going to lift this lockout for real?
It's really hard to say because they're going to meet tomorrow. Unless something extremely monumental happens, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, well, when do you think they're going to do it by? Like,
Maybe March, April. There's not going to be an NHL season. I mean, I'm trying to be an optimist. I really am, but the owners are really making it very, very difficult.
I know. Why can't the owner? But they already have an.
They want money. They want more. They are not satisfied with what they have.
But they already have plenty of money. It's not like
it doesn't matter to them. They want more green in their pockets, as Alex pointed out.
Yeah, but now everybody else, fan bases, they only care about themselves. They don't care about all the other people and everyone else, even if everyone else is unhappy about it.
The owners are just not satisfied at all.
Okay. Well.
Let's toss it back to Dylan Air for the kicker.
Yep, as he said it, we have a kicker for you. Kicker has become a recent tradition here at K-Sports Sunday. We have an intro video to show you first, though. All right, and Alex, his mic is actually not working. Is that why? And that is why he is over here.
Well, I wanted to spend some time with the new host, being the old host. So here's my kicker: the top 5 things I would tell you if my mic wasn't about to die. What? And of course, to wrap it all up, have a happy Thanksgiving.
All right, for Alex, for Tom, for Dylan, for me, this is Dylan Volman for K-Sports Sunday. Sayonara.
That's how you do it.
Sayonara.
Sayonara.